Our puzzle rating is 1727. We're white to move. We have a queen, 2 rooks, and a bishop. Our opponent has a queen, 2 rooks, 2 bishops, and a knight. I like this situation we have here. This is a dangerous square right here. We can't just do something like that. Queen to f6 would be a big mistake. I like that we have a good option. We have a good... Not so much. Got to think about this. Rook is looking at queen. This is looking like a more tricky situation the more I look at it. Yeah, this is looking bad. Answer is probably queen to d4. And then king pretty much has to... Well, he could block with the rook. Or the king could go down. Then I think we're really looking at a checkmate. That would be checkmate. Unless he has, you know, blocks. Which he wouldn't, I don't think. So what he'll probably do, we'll probably go queen d4. He'll probably block with the knight. But then we can take the queen. But then it's just a queen trade at the end of the day. Oh, we can't do queen d4 because he has a bishop on b6 looking at the d4 square. Oh, why didn't we see this? This is a checkmate right away. Queen h6. Black to move, we have a queen and a rook. Our opponent has a queen and 2 rooks. We can take his queen. We could win his queen. And then after that, he's in some big trouble because if he lets his rook down, we put him in check, and then he just loses his rook. So I think we just take his queen with our rook. Yeah, and then I don't think it matters. In fact, we could fork his king. That's probably even better. Because there's nothing good he could do for that fork, to fix that fork. And if we were to go, you know, queen c1, actually there's a lot he'd be able to do. He'd be able to escape. So, and another thing I think of is even if this pawn was here, how would the puzzle know whether to let me do one of these 3? You know, so I feel like it's more straightforward than that. I feel like, I think that c5, queen c5 is the best move right here. And then obviously take the rook down here. White to move, we have a rook. Our opponent also has a rook. So we could take some pawns, but this is overall not looking the greatest. We can put him in check. And then he goes either to h7 or g7. We have to be careful about letting him get this pawn to a queen. So I feel like a check wouldn't really be good for anything. Definitely don't move this pawn up. If anything, you know, we win a pawn somehow if we go to c6. Let's see. Check. Check. He escapes. Maybe the best move is this right here. Yeah. Because king g6, and then he can't go here or here. So next turn is a checkmate. He also wouldn't be able to go here next turn, so it would be checkmate. So king g6, and then just win the pawn because he's trying to avoid checkmate. Because if my rook goes to c8, he's checkmated. He can't go here or here because of the king, and he can't go here because of the rook. The whole line is on fire. So this is how he stops it, is by offering his rook. And that only delays, because now next turn he's checkmated. So he just threw his rook into the ground before he lost. White to move. We have a queen, a rook, 2 bishops and 2 knights. Our opponent has a queen, 2 rooks, 2 bishops and 2 knights. So he won our rook with a knight trick over here. But there's something we can do to still deal heavy damage, and you would think it's bishop takes rook a8, but he's looking at our queen. And in fact, that's a really interesting scenario because that puts him in check as well. So that right there is a discovered check, but he would be able to take the check and put us in check simultaneously, so taking his free rook would not be good. This could be good because not really. Basically, we have a free bishop move. This would be double check. Huh. That's double check by going bishop c6, bishop c6. But if we just do that, then it's like that wouldn't do anything, right? He would have to move the king here on d8, and then we could take this, but then he just takes, and we did not win a rook. So that would not be ideal. That's a way to lose a queen. I really like our discovered check, and I would like to maintain that discovered check if I can. So what if we go rook e1? He takes, we take. He probably just moves over to the side before we take, when we lost our queen and got back a rook and a bishop. Overall, not a good deal. Oh, this may be, well, okay, there's got to be a way. This has to be the way. This has to be the way. Yeah, this is checkmate right here. So first we go bishop c6. That's a double check. And so taking this, it's an illegal move. Taking this, it's an illegal move. He can't take either of our pieces on this turn because taking one does not address the other. That's attacking the king. So he has to move the king. And when he moves it here, hang on. So when we go bishop c6, our queen is also looking at, both are looking at the king. And so when he moves the king here, which is his only move, d8, we move the queen up to this e8 square, and then he can't go anywhere. Everything's on fire. So that's checkmate. Yes. Hey, he even says, "Wow, you're on fire." It's funny because I've been saying fire because of the red pieces, the red squares. Black to move. We have a queen, and our opponent has a queen, and we've got a bunch of pawns on the board. Is that checkmate? I think that's checkmate. Yeah. Or he blocks with the queen, but then it's just checkmate again. My idea is, yeah, he couldn't go anywhere. Alright, white to move. We have a queen, a rook, 2 rooks, 2 bishops, and 2 knights. So we have all of our pieces except we're missing 2 pawns. Our opponent has a queen, 2 rooks, 2 bishops, and 2 knights, and he's just missing 1 pawn, looks like. And we're not missing 2 pawns, we're just missing 1 pawn. We're missing our B pawn. So this is going to be an issue probably of, not of checkmate, but of winning material. We can pin the knight and simultaneously attack the bishop. So pin the knight, threaten the bishop. What happens if he goes here? We take with a knight. He takes. We take. Pin the knight with a4. You know, nothing looks good for him if we pin that knight to the king, so the knight can't move. And then we can start coming in with more attacks. I think queen a4, yeah, that's the idea. So he defends the knight, which is not something I considered. Knight's still pinned though, so we can move our knight into e5. e5 is a really good spot for white pieces with the knight. Knight to e5 is a really good, if you have like a pawn on d4 especially blocking, that's really good. Let's see. At this point we're threatening to just take this because once we take this knight, if he takes back, we just win it for free. But if we take this knight and he doesn't take back, like he goes there or something stupid, or goes there, we're forking his queen and his rook. So I think this is the idea. Yeah, and then I would say we take. Yep. Nice. Black to move. We have a queen, 2 rooks, a bishop, and a knight. Our opponent has a queen, 2 rooks, a bishop, and a knight. We could just take the bishop with our knight. I think maybe this is one of those. Oh, no. That pulls his queen out. That's merely but a trade. That gets his queen active. I don't want to get his queen active. So what if instead we went a4, h4, queen h4? Now he's in check. You know, then I'm happy to do the move. Of course, I didn't foresee this happening. Now we can do a queen trade and still win the bishop. I think that makes the most sense. Do this. Oh, no, because then he just takes our queen. Well, yeah, we force the queen trade pretty much, and then we end up winning the bishop at the end of the day. But is there anything else we can do? I think that's the idea. Yeah, he takes queen and we take back. At the end of the day, we won a bishop, which is crucial. Black to move, we have a queen, 2 rooks, a bishop, and 2 knights. Our opponent has a queen, 2 rooks, 2 bishops, and 1 knight. We actually up material here? No, no. For the knight they don't have, they have an extra bishop. First of all, there are safe places we could put our queen. In fact, queen c5 is check. But that gives him, well, no, it's check, so he can do this. Not sure what I would want to do after that. Definitely don't want to do something like knight c6 and just block our bishop. Take the queen. Probably this rook comes out to get developed. That wouldn't be good for us. So far my idea is queen c5. It's check, and then he takes his bishop out. And our queen just is not very happy being there. Rooks are not active. I don't think with that knight there we can't. Yeah, we can't even castle. We could do something like this, and then when he comes here, see, that's not a good move because then it's just a bunch of shuffling. But we are looking at taking his knight. So basically, at the very least, what's the order of this? Trade queens, trade bishops, win a knight. That's my idea. Wow, worked. Great thinking. Great thinking. Because this way we're up a piece. We're up a knight. We're up 3 points. They have 1 bishop, we have 2 knights. So that's good. Alright, white to move, we have a queen and 2 rooks. Our opponent has a queen, a rook, a bishop, and a knight. So we're in a better situation, I would say, just having 2 rooks. This right here, off the bat already, is check if we just go rook b2. I almost call that rook a bishop because it's got a little b next to it. Yeah, and if we don't do a forcing move, he's got checkmate on his next turn. Queen g2 is checkmate for us because the knight is defending it, and we can't take, and we can't hide anywhere. Never mind, we have a rook, so that's not necessarily true. But I'm thinking, what if rook b2... He has a lot of options. For a second I thought about just sniping this bishop, but then his queen's got it. This does seem like a good idea right here. Rook b2 is what I'm thinking, and then he can go up here. We can go here. And his position starts to fall apart. Loses his queen. That would be checkmate. So I don't think he wants to go up. We go here. I think he wants to go down. He goes there. We're defended. I think we go rook b2. Yeah, so this isn't one I calculated, but it's... I don't think I need to. I think it's just a losing position for him. That right there is a very simple... Well, it's a check, but it's actually defended. He can defend with his queen. We take, he just takes. It's just a simple queen trade. So if we go queen a3, what happens when he defends with his queen? We could do some switching around. So, queen a3. So we don't want to do this and then get him back out escaping. So if we go queen a3, his only option, since he's kind of like trapped in, he is trapped in. So his only option is to defend with the queen, offering a queen trade. But then let's say I go queen d3. Now he has to block with the queen again. But this time we deliver checkmate with having our queen on d3 and our rook on b2. He can't, his queen is just overloaded. It can't do it. Yep. There we go. Oh, I didn't foresee this one, but that's actually very problematic because we can't take it and still all of a sudden he wins our queen. Oh, but he can't because he's in check. So I think the idea still works. We just need to take the knight. The knight is just a decoy to try to fight us off. Because let's see, we take the knight on c4, and then he's in check again, and all he can do is block with the queen, and then we go here, and it's check. He can't defend both. He can't just take our queen because he has to, he has to block, or he has to defend the king. So the idea here is he has to block with b5, queen b5, and then we just put him in check. Yeah, he would be able to take our queen, but he can't because he's in check. So he can't run from it. That's his only square. And so he would have to block, you know, but he can't leave his current spot because queen's looking at it. So that's the idea. So we did that one. White to move. We have a queen, a rook, and a knight. Our opponent has a queen, 2 rooks, and 2 bishops. This is looking like a pretty good move right now. We are looking at his king with rook to g4. But even better might be our queen. Getting our queen to g4. We have to be careful because... Oh yeah, that's a simple checkmate. He goes there and then we're defended by the pawn. But we would have to be careful because this will be checkmate eventually. So yeah, this is a simple checkmate. Defended by the pawn. Alright, white to move. We have a rook and a knight. Our opponent has a rook and a bishop. This is looking good, but then once he defends... so rook to d8 is looking good, but then he defends with rook f8. And then it's just not the best situation for us. So... if we push our pawn, that could be a really good thing. You know, I don't know. That wouldn't be good. Oh, we're in check. We're in check, so I think we just take the rook. I see this, and then just fork. And then take. Oh my gosh, this is going a little bit more intense than I thought. I think we go here to c7, obviously. Yeah, so that was interesting line of events, but we made all the best moves. So he took our knight, we put him in check, fork his bishop, and then defend when he wants to promote to a queen. White to move. Do we have a perfect streak? We have a perfect streak so far. 25 minutes in, we have a perfect streak. Let's see if we can do 30 minutes without messing up. And if not, it's okay. We just weren't ready yet. But we might be able to get one. So this here would be check. He can defend pretty easily. And then we can fork his really crucial pieces with the knight. And so that would be checkmate. I think we check. He doesn't want to do that because he just blunders his queen. So check. That would be checkmate, actually, right? So, okay. Rook to f8, check. He defends with the bishop. We fork him. That's a risky move. Because then he can just move his queen here, and then he's all of a sudden... I think that would be fine, though. We move, and then... Ooh, and then he can... Well, no. Yeah, we can come back. So I think that's the idea. Take his rook on f8. Blocks with bishop. Let's get there and see what happens. Yeah, I knew he would block with bishop. I'm thinking we fork. Oh, even better. Even better. We just sacrifice the rook. We sacrifice the rook. He takes now. Now we can fork a true fork with the king and queen, and we win his queen. So that's a beautiful sequence. Brilliant sacrifice. We won his queen. Queen was she was there doing nothing the whole time. Let's do that one again. See, this would be a mistake. He just moves the queen. Now he's back in control. In fact, he might even have a checkmate coming. So, you know, we don't want to... I know that would be tough for him to do. In fact, it might be inevitable. But still, you know, I almost did that. But no. That's the idea. Now we fork. Alright. Black to move. We have a queen, 2 rooks, and 2 knights, and a bishop. Our opponent has a queen, 2 rooks, 2 knights, and a bishop. It's a closed game, I would say, because of all the pawns. You know, he's got all his pawns on light squares, and most of ours are on dark squares. So, it's a tough position here. I like knight to d3 because it gives a double check. Well, it gives a check, but if he takes our knight, it's an illegal move because it's a discovered check. So basically, this is a safe check. Now he can't go here, and he can only go here. You know, we could take, but then he just takes. We have something close coming. None of this works. I don't think. That definitely, that could work too. No, that couldn't work. So we can't really just take, because then we lose our whole advantage. So we can take this pawn, get our knight up here. He can move here, but not here, because that would be a discovered check again. So knight to d3. His king has to move to d1. What do we have after that? Is this not the idea? Do we not have anything after that? Because I'm obviously, you know, thinking this, but then he just takes it. And then we have nothing. This is far too blocked off to be doing anything. I don't see it. I honestly don't see this one. I love the double check though. I mean, it's almost a double check. It's got double check energy. But once he goes here, how can we... Okay, we can then go here, putting him in check. To where he can go here or here. Hang on. Here. It's check. He has to move here. We jump to, so what? D3 to F2. And then the problem with this is he can move back. And then, yeah, we can take his rook, but then he can take our queen. So that's the big flaw there. By the time we're here, his king is here. And it has to deal with the sneaky run of the knight. And why wouldn't he just move back? That would be his best move. And then here he takes... We have nothing. We take a knight. And then... or we take a knight and then just blunder our queen. Rooks don't really do anything right now because it's a closed position. Take his knight. That's blundering a queen again. We can move our queen down, but that's just too passive for a puzzle. Then he just does that, and he's totally winning. Probably. Trade off the queens. His king has to move. That has potential, but not really. Then the knight doesn't have any support, really doesn't have anything. Is there any kind of baiting we could do? Like we could bait the queen over here and then fork. There's, well, no, that's... it seems all great, but that's a way to force a queen trade with us being just a pawn up. Out of the deal. We have knight to d3. No, we have queen. It would be this. It'd be queen here. I mean, what's that doing? That's not doing anything good. What would make him want to take it? Because then we also just have pawn takes. I mean, what would be the significance here? No significance. It would just be to try to lure him in, and then we wait. Then yeah, so then he has to move here, and then we win this. That's... We want a pawn. That doesn't seem anything like anything great. Honestly, bishop to h5 seems pretty good. If he tries to defend his pawn with his bishop, we just take it. But otherwise, we go here. He goes here. We take. I don't have the answer to this one, so I'm thinking. Well, if we do this, he just takes. This is not easy. Oh, we have bishop e8 looking at that knight, but I don't think that's anything of significance. I'm thinking we do end up taking, like, cause this is too nice of a idea. I mean, it's knight to d3. What's he do? He goes here. Oh, you know what? At that point, why didn't I think about this before? Oh, because then he moves back, we take, he wins the queen. Let's just do it. Oh my gosh, we still have a chance to get a perfect match, I think, of 30 minutes of, well, now it's about 40 minutes of puzzles that we got none wrong at this level. You would think we go here. Oh, you know what? When we go here, yeah, we can't really take... Oh, you know what? Yeah, we're in a good situation because if we fork, he can't take our queen. So if we fork him, he moves, right? We don't necessarily just jump to the rook. We don't take advantage of that immediately because we'll lose sight of our queen and we'll be out. We got too greedy, right? But if we fork, we're in a good situation, but we still respect the danger of the situation. And so he goes here, we take... And now he can have the knight or he can take the queen back. But if he trades queen, we win the rook. So the idea is fork. He chose to go that route. We do not take the rook. We don't jump on that fork. We win the queen first. Or is there an actual checkmating idea here? I don't think so. I think we trade queens now. He takes, and then we win his rook. Now, the only sensible option is just to win the rook. Oh my gosh. And then there's more. Okay, I think here we just, we took our knight. Yeah, this is just a simple open up the rook, take with the pawn. We did it. We've done it. I think we did a perfect streak. I'll have to check back on the video to make sure we didn't lose any. I don't think we lost any. I think we did all the puzzles in a row perfectly. In fact, we have 14 in a row correct, and we probably haven't done more than 14 puzzles in this one 40-minute session. So that's awesome.